Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Introduction to Prospect CRM, the #1 stock-aware CRM for B2B products. So thank you very much for joining. It's good to have you all here. Just to introduce myself before we get going with the actual products itself. So I'm Louise and I'm the sales manager for Prospect CRM. I've actually been with the business now for 13 years and I'm lucky enough to have watched the product grow and evolve over the years into what I'm going to show you today. So why Prospect CRM for your business? Ultimately, the biggest reason to implement Prospect CRM for your business is the product itself and how well it fits with wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses such as yourselves that are using one of the integrated ERP solutions that we partner with, which all of you do use and which is why you've been invited along to the webinar today. So our product strategy has and always is and always has been on providing seamless integration to ERP and inventory solutions, allowing our product to support you guys, your businesses, so real businesses and support real B2B sales growth. Something I love to see is our customer success, just like good culture kombucha. The CEO, Dennis, was kind enough to do a full success story for us, which you can see in full at prospectsoft.com /customer-success-stories. We'll send you those links after, of course, you know, as well as many others are on there, but just picking out a highlighted bit from that review or that success story from Dennis. He has said that since using Prospect CRM in the last 12 months, our sales have doubled. Now, I'm obviously not promising the same results, but the aim of today's webinar is to show you an insight on how our solution can indeed help you, just like good culture kombucha, and hopefully help you achieve those similar results as well. So the first thing to kind of maybe have a look at, it's probably important to look at how we compare in the market. So that there are hundreds of CRM solutions out there, but I've taken a few of the kind of most popular ones that you commonly hear of for today's comparison. So Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot, as you can see on the screen there. But you know, you could literally swap those 3 examples out with any of those hundreds of CRMs as I mentioned before. You might already be using one, you might be looking at some others right now. But there are lots of comparisons you could actually make, such as star ratings. But today, any good software business should be achieving those 4 or 5-star ratings. So the real comparison, which I'll focus on today, is the users of each of those CRMs. So for most CRMs in the market, they're built specifically for service-led businesses and are in no way kind of aimed at the business selling physical products, such as how like you guys are. So as you can see here, if we break down the reviews, the reviewers by industry for Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot, you can see all of them are service-led businesses such as computer software, marketing agencies, financial services, and so on. But Prospect CRM is the only CRM designed specifically for product-led businesses, which you can see when you break down the kind of and look at the top reviewers by industry for our solution. So such as food and beverage, packaging, construction, and so on. So as I said, all those businesses are those product-led businesses that we focus on as a niche. But hopefully today I'll show you why wholesale manufacturing businesses choose Prospect CRM, and also show you why we are voted the #1 stock-aware CRM, which is actually a term that is unique to us, which obviously you will see throughout today's demo why we are voted the #1 stock-aware CRM. We also have won a number of awards that we're really proud of the awards that we've won are voted on by actual users of software and not actually terms that you would typically associate with CRMs. Maybe you guys have had experience in the past of implementing CRMs, but the terms such as, you know, most implementable, easiest setup, loved by users, etc. Typically, CRMs tend to have a pretty bad rap for being hard to implement, you know, hard to get users to actually adopt the solutions. But these awards are just a product of the great market fit that we have with the businesses that we work with. And users, you know, do see the benefits of our solution and want to really get stuck in as quickly as possible and, you know, get that return on investment from the product. So kind of what sets us apart from these other traditional CRMs such as Salesforce, Pipedrive and HubSpot is our growth formula, and our growth model. So we implement a really simple growth formula within the CRM, specifically focused on wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses. So as I said, it is a pretty simple formula. It consists of 2 areas. The first being get more customers, which of course is really key in any successful business, regardless of industry, whether you're selling B2B, B2C, etc., whether it's services, products, and so on. So that's kind of one of the first key areas of our growth formula. And then you'll see that we have another side of that, which is the higher customer lifetime value section, which is all about managing your existing customer base and looking at, how you upsell to those customers, cross-sell, order frequency, but ultimately retaining that customer base. So those 2 areas of the growth formula should then equal profitable and repeatable sales growth for wholesale, manufacturing and distribution businesses. So if we look at what that means in a bit more detail and break that down into specific sections, you can see that we've got the attracting the new business, so through marketing activity, whether that's email marketing, events, etc., that you go to, looking at then qualifying those leads and taking them through a typical sales process and onto hopefully closing those, converting them to the first order. So that's typically the traditional sales funnel that is key in any business, and as I mentioned, is key whether you're selling physical products, services, or what industry you're in. Then obviously with, sorry, that just didn't play too well there. Then obviously with the kind of wholesale manufacturing side of the business, in B2B product-led businesses, we've got this flywheel scenario that you can see there at the bottom, which is about looking at onboarding those new customers and bringing them into your existing customer base, getting them to place repeat orders, which is obviously, pretty key feature within wholesale and distribution businesses, is obviously that repeat stock ordering that your customers are doing. So the growth formula for us with that higher customer lifetime value looks at order frequency, so how often customers are placing orders, can you increase that? Can you increase the order value, and can you get more sales out of the customers that you already have within your base? And obviously that all important retention of that customer base as well. So we don't want to get this situation where you're focusing on the sales funnel, you're increasing your customer base, but then you've got this leaky bucket effect out the other end where you're losing, loyal customers that should be placing those repeat orders with you time and time again. You could be selling more products to them and so on. So Prospect CRM brings all those key strategies into play, and that then equals that growth formula that I just presented to you. So one of the other things that we implement for all of our customers is the growth playbook. So if you were to go ahead with Prospect CRM, you would then get to run through, let's just get there we go. You would also then get to run through this growth playbook with one of our onboarding consultants. And ultimately, this looks at each of those elements that I just kind of presented in that little diagram there, but basically looks at how do I attract new business, how do I then sell to those new opportunities, and how do I close them? And then obviously looking at the other side of it, the higher customer lifetime value looks at how you then onboard those new customers, how you then maximize average order value, order frequency, and how obviously do I then retain those customers. And there's various things here in this kind of map that you can see. Don't worry too much. I won't go through all of this today. We will send you the infographic afterwards. But some of these require little or no effort and provide pretty quick wins and early return on investment. So these are features and configurations, etc., that we can help build into Prospect CRM. And the kind of the bottom kind of 2 lines here, I'll touch on some of that today in the demonstration that I will do for you shortly. And then we've got those things that probably require a bit more planning, a bit more configuration, but ultimately will give you a bigger return on investment. But this is just to highlight to you how flexible Prospect CRM is, how we can, evolve with you across your lifetime with us as a customer. So again, simple map of how we help you achieve those B2B sales growth within Prospect CRM using lots of, customer analysis, sales data, etc. All things that I'll touch on today during the demonstration. We also do provide a growth playbook scorecard. So I do really recommend going to prospectsoft.scoreapp.com and running through this scorecard. So it asks you a series of questions just to identify where you might, you're obviously performing really well in certain areas, where you maybe need some focus. And all of this is irrelevant of whether you take Prospect CRM or not. So as I said, really do recommend that you go and take this. It gives you best practice advice. Again, not specifically about Prospect CRM and how to do those things in there, but just generally gives you some pointers about where you could improve, where you're doing really well, and so on. The only thing I will say is be brutally honest. Obviously, you're only going to get the most out of this kind of scorecard if you do just answer those questions brutally, honestly. Yes, just see how you get on. It gives us some pointers to help you out as well if you do take Prospect CRM, but in general, it does give you some best practice advice. Again, we'll send you the links after this webinar today, just so you can go and have a look for yourself. So just before we head into the CRM, and I'll take you through a bit of a short demo, I just wanted to run through one of the key analysis tools that you will see as we jump into the CRM, and that's RFM analysis. So RFM is an industry standard reporting logic. It's not something that we designed or built. What we've done is taken in that industry standard logic. So if you go and Google RFM, you'll find out lots of information about it. It's widely used in wholesale manufacturing and distribution industries, and it stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. Now, it basically scores your customers on those three areas, and what we're then able to do, because we have the integration to your back-end systems, your inventory system, Xero, Cin7, Katana, etc. We're able to take that sales data from the day that your customer became a customer with you and placed their first order all the way through till today. We import that into the CRM, and then we understand when the customer placed their last order, how many orders they've placed with you, and what the frequency of those are, and how much they're spending with you on each of those orders. And through that data, we're then able to automatically categorize your customers into these different segments that you can see on the screen. So we've got things like champion, those that bought recently, buy often, and spend the most, all the way through to the at-risk customers, those that used to spend big money, purchased often, but haven't purchased for a long time. So it really hones in on your full customer base, giving you a nice, easy overview of what's happening with each of your customers at any point in their life cycle with you. So just kind of, again, points you into the direction of, the messages you might need to be given to particular people at different times. Do you need to contact them, when you need to contact them, and so on. So again, that really nice overview of your customer base, and really focusing in on that higher customer lifetime value piece of the growth formula. The one thing that we have added, which is not in the standard RFM reporting logic, is new customers. So in wholesale and distribution businesses, where you've probably got, or most of the revenue is coming from repeat orders, or definitely should be, and when you've got lots of different products that maybe are low value, but you've got high volume orders going through, the first order that a customer places with you typically isn't profitable. The profitability comes when you get them into that repeat ordering cycle, and you can start doing cross-selling of products they haven't yet purchased. So Prospect CRM holds new customers in that new customer segment until they've placed their third order. Now that from lots of research that we and other industries have done, or other people have done, it's quite apparent that they're not in that kind of repeat ordering cycle, not organically, until they place their third order. They don't really have any loyalty. They might go to a different supplier, etc. So it just allows you to really focus on the new customers that you've got, provide them more support and onboarding assistance, etc., and get them into that loyal buy-in patterns with you. So just before we jump into the demonstration and I show you how that looks in the main system, it's probably just worth noting, looking at what's integrated, because obviously I mentioned that the kind of bread and butter of what we do is that integration that we have to back-end inventory and accounting systems. And looking at how we provide then the actionable insights like the RFM, it's all driven by that integration that we have to the ERP and inventory management systems, where we pull through all key customer data, such as sales transactional history, and not only this, but the integration also allows us to pull through all your products and pricing, stock information, allowing you then to get actionable insights, but also be able to create quotes and sales orders within the CRM, and then feed that straight back into your inventory or accounting system. So we have that two-way sync going on there. So we do pull through all the kind of key customer product information that usually gets held up in back-end operational systems, and Prospect CRM provides that sales interface for all of that, great information that you've got there on products and customers, and provides the actionable insights such as RFM and some other features, which I will take you through. So without any further ado, let's jump into the system and take a look at some of those things and how they look and how they work. So I'm going to use, I'm also going to turn my camera off for this demo so we don't get distracted there. I'll pull it on afterwards again, don't worry. Just wanted to put it on to show you I was a real person. But if we jump into the CRM and take a look at some of the kind of key features as I mentioned. So on screen, you can see we are on the account management dashboard, which is already pre-populated with data we've imported from your back-end accounting or ERP solution. So getting you straight into the action, and this is even true in your free trial process. So we offer a 14-day free trial, and the integration we set up as part of that with no additional charge. So the integration is even available within that free trial period, and you get these actionable insights in that time frame as well for you to have a look at with your real life data. So front and center, we have that RFM analysis that I went through in the PowerPoint presentation. As I mentioned, stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. And it, as I mentioned again, it just allows us to automatically categorize your customers into these predefined segments that are clearly color coded there in the middle of the screen. So it is allowing you to provide the right focus at the right time across your customer base. If I jump into one of these segments, it will give me a full list of all the customers that I've currently got in my law customer segment. It also provides us some other key information that we've imported through from the sales history from your accounting and ERP solution, such as first order date, last order date, and how many orders in total they've placed with you. So some really key information there. There's lots of things you can then do with these kind of standard reports that we have in the CRM. So being able to select your own fields and make these reports your own. You can even export to Excel and do some, crazy pivot reports, which I'm definitely not very good at, but some people are. So that's that is available to you. We've also got things like show on maps. We've got Google Maps integration where you can pinpoint certain customers from these reports that you're running in the CRM on kind of a geographical location, as well as things like performing bulk actions, being able to change account managers quite quickly, customer types, and so on. So just heading back to the main account management dashboard area, down here in the right-hand corner, we have the customer trends report. Again, giving you an overview of your customers that are increasing and decreasing revenue year on year. We also have up the top here a missing orders alert, which is pretty key for most of our customers and especially in wholesale distribution businesses. So because we have that integration to your back-end systems, again, we understand the buying patterns for each of your customers. And from that, Prospect CRM will automatically set a days between orders for each of your customers. So if I click into the See More section, I get a full list of all the customers that should have ordered by now and haven't. So straight away, I can see the days since last order. I can also see their average days between orders. As I said, the system automatically sets, and that is, continuously learning based on the orders that are being placed by your customers and that we're importing to the CRM. We also give a kind of average order value here for each of the customers as well. So quite quickly with this grouping at the top here, I can see how much revenue is missing from the business through these missing orders. So quite quickly, it gives us a list of customers we should be calling, but also gives us a pretty early indication of where customers might be a churn risk within our existing customer base. So really powerful report there, again, at your fingertips, not having to enter any data into the CRM. This actionable insight is already there for you. And as I mentioned, we also provide that even in our 14-day free trial period. Just heading back to the dashboard, I've got some other key reporting in here just to touch on. These problems, close rates, and needs engagement. So these three kind of tiles come to life a lot more once you start getting into the system and using it, and giving you further actionable insights on your customer base. So obviously needs engagement is pretty self-explanatory. It kind of highlights to you where you've got customers that you should be speaking to that you maybe haven't for some time. Configurable setting for that report, so you're able to set the alert days. So if you want to contact your customers every 30 days, etc., that is a configurable setting that you can manage yourselves. And we also then have this close rate, which looks at sales opportunity management and pipeline reporting. Another key feature specifically in that, the first part of that growth formula of getting more customers, but also really key in managing where you're cross-selling and upselling products to customers that are not yet buying. We'll come back to that a little bit later. But we've also got this problem section, which is our after-sales ticketing solution. So not only can you manage kind of pre-sales, orders, quotes, etc. in the CRM, but you can also bring into the fold any after-sales issues that might arise, delivery problems. It also expands itself to if you've got a bit of a warranty repair section in your business, you can also use it for that scenario as well. So I'm just going to go back to our missing orders section, and I'm going to just select a customer from this list. So I'm going to click on the Cafe Supreme. So this will open up our company record. So we're importing all of your existing customers already. You obviously can store prospects in Prospect CRM as well. So those that haven't got accounts, we've got data imports when you're first setting up the CRM. So you can store existing customers, prospects, suppliers, etc., all within Prospect CRM. So on the customer record, you will see all of this, the kind of standard CRM functionality and fields that you would expect. Places to be able to store, company names. We've got some categorization for types, account managers, some other configurable drop-down fields here to help you categorize your customers. Prospect CRM is fully customizable, so we have a screen customizer option. This allows you to rename and repurpose any fields in the CRM. You can even remove ones that you're not using. And we also have an ability for you to add custom fields to the CRM as well. All these fields are reportable, just to add a note onto that as well. But you can see that we have a place to store company details. We've got a full activity feed showing you exactly what's going on with your customers at any time. This activity feed shows things like orders that are being placed, quotations that have been sent out, emails, conversations, etc. So a full activity feed there with the ability for you to set tasks within the CRM for yourself or for other users. So being able to manage, daily activities, follow-ups, and so on. That also leads into integration that we have to Gmail and Outlook. And we also have calendar functionality within the CRM to help that task and activity management. You can, of course, store all your contacts for each company in the CRM. We've got a place to obviously store and manage addresses and delivery locations. We have sales opportunities to manage prospects to gain more customers. Again, going back to that growth formula of getting more customers, so being able to manage prospects through their sales cycle to hopefully get them to place their first order with you. The customer service problems ticketing solution I've touched on previously, but again, you can store, all of the after tickets, ticketing, delivery issues, etc., against companies within the CRM. And we've got quotes and orders, which I'll come on to shortly. If we just take a look over here at the right-hand side of the customer record, we have an at-a-glance section, so showing key details about the customer that we're on. And again, this is all based on data that we're importing from your accounting and inventory solution. So we have here the RFM and last order summary and top level spend information for the customer as well. If I click on one of these tiles, so if I go to the spend in the last 365 days, that opens up a bit more of a line-by-line view of every product or sales transaction line for this customer. Again, something that we're importing automatically, and these imports happen every 15 minutes, so it's all up-to-date data that we're importing through into Prospect CRM. So I can see a full line-by-line view here of all the sales transactional history for this customer, things like order numbers, invoices, how much they paid for it, VAT rates, margins, and so on. So all of that key sales information is brought into Prospect CRM. We do amalgamate all the sales transactional data, and for each customer, we have this sales analysis page. And on here, you can see a more in-depth view of this customer. We can see spend and buying trends by month and by order. And we've got some key information just at the top here about this customer. And I can also see when they last placed an order, and it will notify me if they should have ordered by now as well. We can also see a breakdown, if I just scroll down a little bit, of the top products this customers buy in by value and by order frequency. And if I select see more from this particular section, I can then see all the products this customer's purchasing, so a line-by-line view of all the products this customer's ever purchased, the value of those orders on that product as well. I can also click on one of these products. So not only are we bringing through all your customer information from your accounting and inventory system, we do also pull through your full product file. And from here, I can see all the product information that we've got stored in your accounting solution or inventory, things like cost prices, list prices. If you're able to keep stock in your accounting solution, we do pull through the stock information as well. We pull through special pricing. That's usually typically a feature within an inventory solution, but for Xero customers, we do also allow you to set, quantity rate pricing, customer specific pricing up specifically in the CRM. Obviously, Xero does have limited inventories management, so we do try and add some features in there to help our Xero customers specifically. You can also store images against products and also files, and that enables you to do kind of nice fluffy quotation documents to your customers and prospects, and being able to send out quotation documents and so on. We also do break down some key information about the products as well, just like we did on a customer record. So I can see a line-by-line view of every time this product's been purchased. And we also provide a sales analysis section on a per product basis as well, giving you those buying trends, seasonality, etc. of a product. So all the customer and product data shown is updated regularly throughout the day from your accounting or ERP solution. And as I mentioned, that's updated every 15 minutes, making sure you have real-time data to support all the analysis and sales tools within Prospect CRM. And whilst all that data sharing from your accounting and inventory solution helps sales and account management increase new sales revenue as well as existing customer lifetime value, of course, there is a wealth of other CRM features that you would expect if you've used one before. There's lots of other things going on. We've just kind of added in the customer lifetime section. But without getting into too much detail on every feature that we have, if I just click on the Create button at the top here, you can see a menu here of all of the kind of items that we have in Prospect CRM. So you're able to create companies and contacts, and you can even create an account within your inventory or accounting solution on the fly from within Prospect CRM for first-time buying customers. We have inquiry forms and inquiry loggers to manage new sales inquiries that are coming through, and you can apply that form to your existing corporate website that you might have at the moment, and they will automatically then log the inquiries in Prospect CRM for somebody to pick up, qualify, and take forward, hopefully. We have a wealth of standard reporting. Some of that I've shown you on the dashboard reporting already, but we do have the ability for you to actually build and create your own reports within Prospect CRM too. I touched on this briefly, but we have sales opportunity management and pipeline reporting to ensure you can maximize customer base growth. So again, going back to that growth formula and looking at the growing your customer base, but also maximizing the opportunities that you've got within your existing customer base as well. Customer service ticketing, which we've covered, looks at after sales solutions for you within Prospect CRM. And we have a quotation tool with the ability to create beautiful documents to send to customers and to prospects as well. From the quoting, you can also create sales orders and process these directly through to your accounting or inventory solution without having to switch apps or rekeying those as well. We have marketing campaign activity management within the CRM, and that also has integration to third-party marketing tools like MailChimp and Klaviyo as well. So again, going back to that growth formula of getting more customers and looking at that typical sales funnel where you're attracting new business as well. So with access to all of this CRM and back-end operational data combined, you have a perfect 360-degree view of your customers and your prospects as well, all within one location. So if we just take a couple of key features there to have a look at. So let's look at the quoting and sales ordering process within the CRM. So if I'm just going to choose, I'm going to go to search everything, and I'm going to find one of our existing customers, Michelle Jury. And you'll see here the search everything, it does exactly what it says. So you can search, put any search term in there, and it will bring back any records that relate to that within Prospect CRM. So I've put Michelle Jury in, and I can see I've got my contact, Michelle Jury, who works at Browns of Ipswich. So I'm going to click on Michelle. I can at any point jump up to the company that she works at and see all that key information that we looked at previously on that company record. But if I just head back to Michelle's record, you can see that, as before, we hold all the key information that you would expect of a CRM system: email addresses, phone numbers, etc. We also have Google Maps integration within the CRM. So Prospect CRM is actually available on any device, anywhere, at any time. So, got a sales team out on the road, definitely something that's helped me in the past. I jump on my phone and I can open up that address record on Google Maps and obviously get directions to that location. We've also got email management within the CRM. So if I just click on Michelle's email address, that will open up an email editor for me. So we do have integration to Outlook and Gmail. So even though you're building the emails and sending them via Prospect CRM, it will still be sent via your normal company domain with your signatures and so on all set up. One of the key things about creating the emails in the CRM is that we can do quite cool things with setting up templates. So if you've got emails that are sent out on a regular basis, instead of having to type those or copy and paste them every time, we can actually set up those templates to be used within the CRM. So for instance, we've got a welcome email here that I created previously. I can click on that. It merges all the key information in, like Michelle's name, my email address, and so on, the subject line. And we've even got there a little automated attachment that goes out with our welcome email. And if I send that to Michelle, it will automatically save that back into the CRM. So I'm just going to do that and send that out now. So not only does that save that back in the CRM, you can also get that to send to your inbox in your Gmail Outlook if you want to as well. But in the activity feed, I've now got that link back to the email that I've sent to Michelle, so I can make sure I'm keeping all my key correspondence for all my customers in this one centralized location. If I click on that email, I can then go and see what's been sent to Michelle. I can reply, forward it, and so on. But we've got this nice little tracking available on all the emails that are sent via the CRM. So in here, I can see when that email's been sent, when it's been delivered, when Michelle has opened it, how many times she's opened it, if she's clicked on any links, and so on. So that's a really nice key feature when you're maybe sending out quotations from the CRM. You can see when people have actually opened those prior to doing any follow-up and so on. If I just head back to Michelle Jury's contact record, from here, obviously, one of the key things that we might want to do in the CRM is create a quotation, send that to Michelle, and hopefully convert that to an order. So against Michelle's record, I can click this little plus button at the top, and I can go and create a quotation. Now, because Michelle is already an existing customer, she's already got an account with us, which has been set up in our Xero, Cin7 or Katana, it will pull through all of the information from there. So any currencies, warehouses, tax codes, and price bands, if it's available within your operational system, we pull those through and we adhere to those in the CRM, as you can see here on this quotation creation screen. Obviously, we can do pipeline reporting, so you can start categorizing the quotes and orders that you're placing within the CRM and set workflows based on those pipelines as well. And you can see here, I've got my status, which is currently set to quote, but we can look at our whole workflow in here and make sure that we've got that configured in the CRM. All of the configuration our onboarding team would obviously help you with initially to get started and make sure that we're capturing your processes correctly within here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click create, and that's going to take us through to our quotation screen. Now, as I mentioned, Michelle is an existing customer, and because Browns of Ipswich have a sales history with us, we know exactly what products they've purchased in the past. the first thing the CRM will do when you open a quotation is it will give you the most frequently ordered items based on Brands of Ipswich's sales history. So again, when you've got this repeat ordering scenario, customers are doing stock orders with you maybe every week, every 2 weeks, etc. It's just a really nice, quick way to just put those products they're ordering every time they're doing a stock order quite quickly onto the quotation or order that you're creating. And from here, I can see also the pricing to Brands of Ipswich, if we've got any stock in the warehouse and so on. So I'm just going to click that blissful blueberry jam. We've got some upsell features that you can add into the CRM, so it's quite easy to link products together. And at point of sale, you can start offering product upgrades. You can offer must-sell items and things like, nice to have, so you can start moving maybe some slow-moving stock, etc. And just giving your sales team the ability to offer that at that point of sale, looking at obviously average order value increasing there as well. I can also do a product search, so we can look for product SKU or product code here, and I can put in jam and it will search my full product file that we're pulling through from your back-end system. And I can select a product from there, add it to the order. I can change the quantity. I can overtype the price at any time as well, and even add a line discount in if I want to as well. We've also got a nice, again, a quick feature of adding multiple products at once. So here we've got a search everything, again, on a quotation level. This will pull through, again, your full product file, and I can search for maybe a product category at a time, and I can go through and say they want 10 of those, 12 of those, 1 of those, 5 of those, and so on. I can then add those to my quotation. And from there, from this report as well, I've also got some additional drop-down options here. So I can also, again, in a repeat ordering scenario, add products from a recently purchased report, working off Brands of Ipswich's sales history. This is the products they ordered last time. I can see the last order date. I can see the price they're paying for it, etc. And from that recently ordered report, I can again go and add multiple products at one time. If I add and close those in the background, you'll see that's now made up my quotation that Michelle has requested from me. So Michelle might need to go away and get a purchase order reference. So from here, we can also start sending out quotation documents to our customers or indeed prospects to give them, that quotation information. So I can do that either by setting up a standard document within Word. I can edit that, convert it to a PDF within the Prospect CRM and email it directly out to Michelle. So if I click on Michelle's email address here, I've got an example of that already. So I can go to select template, email cover for PDF. You can see it's put all the information in for Michelle. It's attached my quotation in that PDF form from a document template I created earlier. And I can then send that out quite quickly to Michelle to then sign off and get the purchase order reference for. We do offer a quote to order workflow, which kind of takes away some of that manual processing of repeat stock orders. This allows us to add approve and decline buttons into emails or to Word documents, and giving your customers the ability then to accept the quotation that you've sent, click approve, add their purchase reference in, and confirm that directly without having to speak to a salesperson again. Clicking approve will automatically transfer this quotation into a sales order or sales invoice in your inventory or accounting solution. So there's no need again for any duplication of of rekeying the order. The salesperson doesn't need to get involved again in terms of actually confirming that order through. Obviously, it will send an automated email to let the salesperson know that the order has been confirmed, and then the warehouse team can pick that up, pick it, ship it, and invoice it as normal. We also have the decline option, obviously, as well. Again, an email notification will go to the salesperson that created the quote. If the customer at any point does decline, you can give them a call then, find out what the situation is, and work through that as normal. So I can send that quotation off to Michelle. Again, that will automatically save that email, the PDF attachments, etc., back into the CRM. So I've again got a full history of everything that's been sent to Michelle. I can see exactly the quotation value, what the products were on it, and I can also track that and see if she's opened it from that email tracking feature as well. You can also, you don't have to use those approve and decline buttons. Obviously, it does take away some of that manual order processing. But if for any reason Michelle gives you a call back, she wants to progress that order, that quotation to an order, she's ready with her purchase order reference, you can simply enter that in there. You can obviously check and enter the delivery address within the CRM. We have the ability to set up delivery charges as well, if that's something you need to do to add to an order. And I can then, from there, once I've added delivery information in, checked all of that, added the purchase order reference, I can click confirm order, and that will automatically transfer this quote through to your back-end system in order to be shipped, picked and invoiced as normal. So no rekeying, no switching applications. It will do that on the fly for you. Now, obviously, if you're quoting a prospect and they've never purchased from you before, clicking that confirm order button will actually prompt you at that stage to go and create an account in your inventory or accounting solution, and it will automatically do that for you and confirm that first order against that account. We do have integration to the payment gateway Stripe. So if you've got pro forma customers, etc., you can take payment at point of order confirmation, and it will post a receipt back into your accounting or inventory solution as well. And then you know that those goods can be shipped out. So that's the kind of quoting and ordering solution within the CRM. And as I mentioned, obviously you can do that for prospects and existing customers. We've got the sales opportunity management there for a longer sales process where you maybe are sending samples out, you might be doing site visits. There may be a bit of back and forth before that actually the quotation can be created, and obviously before that converts to an order. So the sales opportunity management, a little bit more involved than the quotation and sales order that I've shown you today, but enable you to manage those kind of longer tender opportunities that you're working on. So just to head back to our dashboard area, we previously looked at the account management dashboard, which is all about your existing customers, actionable insights off the back of that sales history, etc., that we're importing. But we do offer a multitude of other dashboard reports within the CRM. So again, looking at things like sales manager and sales rep reporting, which is all about the sales opportunities that are being added in, the quotations that are being followed up. You're able to obviously forecast and do pipeline reporting in the CRM. And we've got dashboard reports to support that as well. Along with Kanban style sales pipeline reporting, which is available in the CRM. And just to finish off the demonstration, one of the other key reporting tools that we have, which again supports that growth formula of a higher customer lifetime value, is the Magic Matrix report. It's again not a logic that we ourselves wrote or thought up. It's something that we have deployed into the CRM. It's a widely used tool again for wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses, but it looks at the cross-sell and kind of upsell availability that you've got within your existing customer base. So being able to identify where you've got gaps within your customer base, instead of, without having to go out and get new customers, how can you increase sales using the customer base that you already have? So essentially what we do here is if you've got something like Cin7, Katana, etc., we do take the product categories that are already set up in your product tree there, and we import them into the CRM. For the likes of Xero, QuickBooks, etc., where you don't have that a multiple layer product tree, you're able to configure the product categories within the CRM and add products to those. But again, based on the sales history that we're importing through, we understand what products your customers are buying and indeed what products they're not buying. So as you can see here in a nice, easy kind of traffic light code visual representation, from each of your categories, you can see how many customers are buying from that category, how many customers aren't. So it gives you a real insight into where you've got those cross-sell and upsell availability within your existing customer base. So this is the dashboard report, but if I go to Open Magic Matrix, that provides us with a really nice, easy to understand grid report. So we've got our product categories across the top here, and we've got all of our customers listed down the side. We've got some nice filtering that you can do on this report as well. But essentially, you've got the green dot on each of your customers, which show exactly what products they've bought from what categories. And indeed, we've got the red dots, which show that where they're not buying from particular categories. We have a build awareness section here, which enables you and supports you through building marketing campaigns, whether that's an e-shop that you're doing, a calling list that you can build, but enables you to then build up campaigns on identifying where customers aren't purchasing and where you can make them aware of the products that they're not purchasing as well. And obviously, and hopefully the idea is that you start moving these red dots all the way through to the green dots and getting customers to buy more of your products and getting more kind of penetration across your customer base. So another key reporting tool there, helping you get sales from your existing customer base and increasing that revenue from those customers. We've got lots of information, lots of webinars on Magic Matrix and RFM and how you can use those actionable insight reports and leverage those to increase sales. So we can definitely send those to you. We will send some of the documentation following this webinar anyway on a follow-up email. But if there's any questions on these, you can kind of get in touch and we can talk about them in a bit more detail for you. So that brings us back to the end of today's kind of demonstration on Prospect CRM. So I'm just going to head back to my PowerPoint slides I was on earlier and give you some information about next steps. So as I mentioned earlier on, we do offer a free trial, 14-day free trial. If you head to our website, prospectsoft.com, you can click on the little button there at the top, or we do have some action buttons throughout the site, which prompt you to set up a free trial. And that free trial process will also help you set up your integration and will enable you to see all of what I've shown you today within that free trial process. Also, obviously, I've taken you through a pretty generalized view of Prospect CRM. With the free trial, we can obviously give you a one-to-one demonstration of the CRM, a bit more in depth, and definitely, you know, on your data as well. So obviously, it'd be great if you take a free trial, and obviously, if there's anything that we need to run through, we can do that in a one-to-one environment with you. So yes, thank you very much for listening today. It's been great speaking or meeting you all, and hopefully you've taken away some key information about Prospect CRM. Please take a free trial and let's get it connected to your inventory or back-end accounting system, and let's take you through a one-to-one demo with your data, and we can see exactly what the CRM can provide you in terms of return on investment and so on. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a lovely rest of your day and hopefully speak to you all soon.